Tracy, thank you very much for joining us this morning in the ICE taxi. What are your primary objectives this week?
Primary objectives are basically to meet as many people as possible. You know, ICE is a fantastic event that brings in around about 66 countries, I believe, and over 500 exhibitors. It's a great opportunity to network and meet with those people that otherwise you're just dealing with via email and telephone.
I've heard that it's been described as the kind of Davos of gaming. Is that a sort of fair description, a bit of a melting pot in a way?
Very much so. It's a real hub. Yes.
So you're giving a speech this morning, I believe. What important messages do you want the gaming community to take away from this week?
It would be wonderful if the gaming industry could unite to show the strengths of this industry. It's a fabulous employer. It employs thousands and thousands of people across the globe, a great revenue raiser for the local governments as well as the individual countries concerned. So to show the strengths of the industry, I think would be a great starting point.
What about sort of innovations, disruptions, if you like, within your sector of the industry? What do we expect to see this week in relation to those?
Well, it's a really interesting question. The innovations that we see coming through on a global perspective really affect the machine-based play with the data capture that's coming through. Ironically, though, in the UK, because of our regulation, we are prohibited in actually having access to that market. And it is ironic when you think that we've got the world coming to the UK to buy these products, and these are products that we actually can't display for our customers' benefit.
What sort of opportunities is new technology offering to the industry?
Well, overall, the technology that's there is that interface between the online and the offline gaming and the data capture. So to be able to look at how people play, why they play certain games for the periods of time, that dovetails into things like responsible gambling, which is a keynote piece of the whole of the gambling industry's ethos going forward. But as I said, you know, in the UK, it's just ironic that we don't have the product here. We're hoping that regulation will change, that the legislators will step in and make those changes possible so that we can take part in that global experience. Customers are very mobile. They go to casinos across the world on holiday. But when they're here at home, they say, where is the product? And we say, well, go talk to the government. But that's my role. That's what we're doing.
So, I mean, that's one of the challenges for sure. What other sort of challenges does the business face?
The business faces the challenges that come, I guess, with the digital world. You know, it's very difficult for land-based gaming to keep up with what you can do and how you can innovate in the digital market. So those are some of the challenges. The other challenges, I think, also dovetail again back into responsible gambling, making sure that everybody is on board, everybody is doing their utmost to make sure that the consumer is well protected. It's an industry, particularly the land-based casino industry, is an industry that's prided itself over the years of being able to supply that kind of care and protection of their customers. So those are some of the challenges coming forward. Taxation is always going to be an issue. For some countries it's much higher than in others. We happen to have one of the highest taxation rates in the UK. And that's something that we've grown to live with. And I think as emerging markets come on board, there's probably a lot for them to learn from other well-established mature markets.
Aside from the business, a lot of business to be done this week, what else are you looking forward to at ICE?
It is that networking and the conferences that ICE puts on. It is a great conduit for getting people together and for sharing ideas and learnings.
And if you could sum sort of ICE up in one word or one word within a sentence, what would be your choice?
It's a hub of information and it's dynamic in its approach.
Thank you very much.
My pleasure.